Welcome back to the lunch table, food for thought. I'm Nico. Blitz. Subscribe, like, comment, rate, do all that because it really helps us out. We're on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio app. Usually I have long ass intros, but this guy is a Bay Area legend, and I will keep that short. Myles Parrish. Myles, what's popping, bro?
Man, thank you for having me. This is awesome. This is like actually crazy the way that this all like came together.
Dude, I was thinking about that like the entire time. So let me give you guys a backstory. I played Chris O'Bannon shit, No Rush on the radio on Monday, the 18th or whatever. The next day, I end up spinning at a restaurant. I play the same fucking song, and then Myles comes up to me. Yeah. I didn't know it was Myles. And he's just like, bro, I've never heard Chris O'Bannon get played outside like a studio.
Man, I mean, so we go to that restaurant a lot, like me and my roommates, right? And so we're always in there, and they have different DJs come through and spin all the time. You know, sometimes it's some cool like R&B stuff, and a lot of it is just like house, like 4 to the floor music.
Oh, really?
You know, like a lot of like that stuff. And so he comes in and he's running through Nef the Pharaoh, Kamaya. He played Mac Dre in there. I'm like, oh, come on, who is this? And then he played Chris O'Bannon, and I was like, man, that's a rare one too. And I was like, man, I gotta go say what's up. And then that's just kind of like how it happened. I was like, he's got to be from the Bay.
Yeah, you know, normally like the way I meet people out here, it's usually from like, oh, you know, you go to this event or you go to this event, you just like constantly meet people. But like this was the first time in my, I guess, 4 or 5 years being out here in which like it was just completely natural.
Yeah. No, it was cool. Man, we really appreciated your Bay Area playlist that you were running through, man. We were just sitting there chilling. We were like, what? This is crazy.
I think the funniest thing, too, was that, like, I didn't realize it was you up until you're like, oh, let me follow you on Twitter. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's all good. Yeah, no, it's all good. We were like, man, we got to have this guy come back somehow.
I'm actually there tonight.
Are you?
And Thursday.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see what's up. Yeah, my roommate's like always trying to get me to go. So
no, for sure.
Yeah, I might pull up.
You know, you being like Myles Parrish, right?
Okay.
Like the same way I couldn't recognize you like initially. Like, do you get that like when you're out? I guess like in a sense like not being like hella famous or something.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I mean, sometimes it just varies. Like, I think sometimes people just look, maybe. Like, I'll notice people just looking at me. Maybe just trying to figure out if it's me or not. I think maybe I just look different in person. But sometimes I just see people just, like, looking. But then other times, like, some people come and say what's up. But it doesn't happen, like, a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it's not nothing crazy.
Does it, like, phase you? Like, if somebody does come up to you and, like, recognize you, like, hey, you're Myles Parrish.
It's in a way that's like, this is nuts. Like, this is like really cool that somebody is like into what I have going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it phases me in that way where I'm like, oh wow, this is crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
because I think coming from a perspective, especially since you're from Dublin and being out in like Los Angeles, just knowing that I guess your audience is beyond just the Bay Area at that point.
Yeah, for sure that. You know what I'm saying? Like out here and then like even other places too. Like I'm trying to think where the last place I was at.
Like in terms of a tour or just like, you know, just like random shit?
Just random stuff. Or just like somebody. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's a spot. But I mean, yeah, definitely outside of the Bay happening is like where it's like really like, oh wow, this is traveling.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So
for sure. And I think especially with the music that you make, even in comparison to like the Kalin Myles shit that you had before, like it's so Bay Area, dog.
Okay, right.
And you know, like I was literally on the phone with my best friend like right before you got in, and I was like, bro, like the reason why I fuck with Myles shit is because it makes me feel like I'm fucking 14, 15 again, and I could really just get down all this Bay shit and like turf to it.
Oh, yeah. No, that's, I mean, you know, that's what we came up on. A little, you know what I'm saying? Like, just being in middle school dances, going dumb, you know what I'm saying? And, like, that's, like, I feel like always going to be a part of me. And so, like, to get to, like, tap into it here and there is always fun.
tap into it here and there,
You-
bro.
you know what
Like
I'm
you're
saying? Like,
always on that shit.
for
That
sure,
shit's so.
you know what I mean? But like, I try to like move it around a lot because like I feel like I'm just inspired by like a lot of different music. You know what I'm saying? But that's always gonna be one that I gotta have, and I think mainly because of the physical movement of it. You know what I'm saying? When you get to the shows live, like getting to do those songs is like it's just so much fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Even like outside of the Bay, like are people like really understanding what you're saying? Because you throw a lot of Bay lingo in there.
You know what's funny is for the majority of the time, yeah. But the one that's I think people haven't caught on to yet is popular because they got the new song
Yeah, back.
and it's talking about is she popular, and I don't know if they think of it in the way that like some people say bop as like oh that song slaps right like the way we would say that, and I don't think people have caught on to that yet.
For the record.
Yeah, because like I'll be seeing like some girls like post pictures like popular, like or I'm popular, something like that. I'm like,
Whoa. Oh, okay. Here's my perspective, or at least how like I understood popular growing up. Like when a girl gave you bop, it was like
okay,
she gave you head.
yeah,
So when you're like popular, you were known to like have a lot of sex with people.
yeah, like it's like popular and bop. Right, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, like a bop, like a girl that gets around, whatever. So, but that's the diligence, you know what I'm saying. That's J.N.,
Yeah.
And so like, that's what kind of like that's where I'm getting it from, right? But I don't think they understood that yet, just right off the top. So I don't know, it's just funny.
It must be super funny to you knowing that like they're saying all this shit without actually knowing what's going on.
Yeah, I'm in, and like the thing is too, I go back and forth with it because there's a part of me that like, sometimes wants to be so Bay Area that like it'll bother me when somebody says like oh it's a bop. But honestly, I think about it like I can't really be mad at it. This is a new generation coming through, and they're having their own words like, and not seeing people say that food slaps is it's different, right? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I don't know. People are going to make up their own thing. I just feel like, for me personally, I just don't hear the word that way. But it's like, I can't really be mad at somebody else. Like, whatever. If they're going to start using it that way.
English
like,
is a very like weird language.
Right.
Like we can use fuck in so many different ways.
For sure, yeah.
And so now, once I heard people out here saying slap, I'm over here just like, well, do you know what that actually means?
Yeah, like
it's weird.
That blinking little GIF, or he's like, "What?" Like,
oh yeah,
every time I hear it,
like Nick Young, like
you're like, "Hold on, wait, what?" But I don't know.
It's extremely crazy, and like, I mean, I have this conversation all the time where I always feel like the Bay Area they never get the credit that they deserve.
Yeah.
Do you feel like they don't?
I mean, just as far as like the sound goes, you know what I'm saying? Like it's definitely. I guess I wish that I would like to see like a Bay Area producer being like, I think his name is DA. DA got that dope.
Yeah.
Like, cause I mean, his sound that he has right now is like wonderful.
Yes.
It's perfect. You know what I'm saying? And it would be cool to see like a Bay Area producer in that spot, or like even where DJ Mustard was at. You know what I'm saying? I think like just to like have all these like bangers, you know what I'm saying, for across like all like the top artists would be cool. But I mean, like I said, I think people are gonna be influenced all over the place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, giving credit would be cool, but I don't know. I just think it's like it's a melting pot, especially out here on the West Coast. It would just be cool to see it like all come together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, little stuff like popular or like fast, it's like I don't know. It's easy for me to just like lean back on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think what's cool about what you're doing is that what song was that? I think it was on Go or something. But you shout out like the DJ upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
Right now you just shouted out the Diligence, a name that I have not heard in years.
Yeah.
And to me it's like, wow, this guy is really fucking humble because I mean, in a sense, you're not the person who like made all those words.
Absolutely, yeah. Nah, and that's like just, the music that I came up listening to has been a little all over the place, but like so some of these guys like definitely stand out to me as far as like when I started listening to just like more hypey stuff, and like Starting Six was probably like one of my favorite.
Damn,
Groups,
man, I haven't
like,
heard that name in a minute.
Yeah, I mean that's where the energy comes from. I think for me, as far as like putting on a show, like I think about Starting Six and how much fun I had at their shows, and just knowing all the words. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What's your favorite Starting Six song?
man, On Me was
Okay.
crazy. On Me was crazy. I like Put Her On too. Put Her On Bart was crazy. But it'd probably be On Me just because, like, I don't know, I just love that beat so much. Right?
Yeah.
And that one was clean. But I mean, that stuff I'll never forget. Like going to their shows at the Red House in Walnut Creek, and like I remember this one time during A1, Nick passed me the mic to like sing the hook, and I just like I'll never forget moments like that. And so like I try to take that into like what I'm doing now too, as far as just bringing that energy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's like a moment like that when Nick passed you the mic. Is that kind of like a
Absolutely.
moment that made you feel like, oh, well, I could be a rapper too?
I mean, it more not necessarily that, but just for me, it's just like seeing a group that like I liked so much recognize me, outside of just like, oh, what's up? Thanks for listening. It was like like saw me, what's up? Gave me the mic, and like it was like a thing. It just made me feel like appreciated. You know what I'm saying? And like I just never forgot that.
Well, I think in a sense it makes you feel like the artist isn't separating themselves from actually being a human being, you know?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And that just went a long ways with me. And I was just like, oh, that's cool. There's artists out here that are not trying to be like
Too
cooler
cool,
than people.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're just, saying what's up to everybody. And so like I just love that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I could definitely see that the people really fuck with you at your shows because I see your Instagram clips, dog, and your shit gets so hyped.
Yeah, no, man, and that's all them. Hey, shout out to you guys, man. They're we're trying to bring that energy for
Yeah.
sure. You know what I'm saying? And they're bringing it back. So, I mean, that's all I really want to do is just get to gig with them, and just play shows. So, like, that's my favorite part of it. So,
Yeah. Do you have any like special moments like that with the fans at the shows?
just as far as going dumb.
Yeah, just as far as like going dumb. Like
Um,
really connecting with someone while you're on stage and then there's like a sea of motherfuckers just looking up at you.
uh it's seeing sometimes in the front row like just somebody going hard to a verse, right? Like there's a girl, her name's Shania, she's from the East Coast.
Okay.
That came out to a Christmas show that we had last December.
Yeah.
And like she knows every word. I don't know if there's a song she doesn't know, and so I know I can always go over to where she's at and just rock for a second.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And like just getting to exchange that is always a lot of fun. But other than that, one moment that comes to mind is there's this girl. Her name's Heaven. She's also an artist from the Bay too.
It's crazy how you know everyone's names, dog.
Okay, yeah.
That's
I mean, here's the
sick.
thing. We've been in this for a long time, like through the Kalin and Myles stuff to now. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these girls are that's the who's keeping it lit for me now, honestly. I think the majority of the shows are Cam Fam still. You know what I'm saying? And they're definitely keeping it lit for me on this side. And so we just have years together. You know what I'm saying? It's got to have to be like 5-6 years for a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like just going back to that, the Nick thing, it's like it's deeper than, I'm just like, oh, I'm an artist and yeah.
Yeah.
We just gonna keep it right here. It's like I don't know. It's never been like that for me. It's like I just appreciate them. You know what I'm saying? It's just like friends. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of people that I really do hang out with. So when I do get to be around them, it's like friends. You know what I'm saying? It's like family.
Yeah.
And so that's like where I'd love to just get to keep it at. And it just makes it a lot more special.
Oh yeah, and it makes your shows a lot more fun because in a sense, do you feel like you're not just like blasting your music in front of like random people? Like these are like people who like really fuck with you, and people who you really see as family.
Yeah, no,
family
like,
over everything.
Yeah, no, that's exactly
that's what I'm saying.
It's like a house party or something. And I'm just throwing like a little like
A
function
kickback.
or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just getting everybody together, and then we're just going dumb. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I love that.
That's amazing, bro.
Thank you, man.
It's truly amazing just to like see all that like Bay Area energy like getting thrown across the nation.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, it's really insane to me because I feel like a lot of people who like come out of the Bay Area, like the biggest names, right? Like the G-Eazy's and Kailanis, like they had to like I guess get themselves out of that bubble. Even like her, for example, she
Okay.
didn't want to tell anybody she was from Vallejo because she's just gonna be another Bay artist.
Okay.
But for you, like you really put that like in your thing. I think even in like one of your songs, you were talking about how like, oh Myles, why are you making all this like Bay Area music? Da da da.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just like, but he reps it so hard. And coming from like someone who grew up in the Bay, I'm like, man, this guy is like really the champion of all this shit right now.
Well, thank you, man. I really appreciate that, and you know, it's always gonna be fun for us, you know, and like I said, you know, it's just gonna be a part of what I have going on for sure, and I think I'm gonna add elements to it, you know, to other things as well. But yeah, that's at the core of it for sure.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, always.
So at the core, you're a kid from Dublin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Born and raised in Dublin.
Between Dublin and Texas.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, both my parents are born and raised in Amarillo, Texas, and so like there would be years we would stay out there, and then we would just be like back and forth a little bit, like through elementary school, middle school ish.
Yeah.
We would be back and forth.
Wait, why would
So-
you guys be back and forth though?
You know, I was thinking about that. I'm not actually really sure. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I gotta ask my parents like what the actual reason was. But I mean, at the time, it was just like, oh, okay, we're going back to Texas, live in Texas, and I was like down for whatever. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
wow.
So yeah, I'm not sure what it was exactly, but yeah. So we were just back and forth. I think Dublin, and then we lived in Tracy one time, like for a year,
Yeah.
and then
It's like like almost the outskirts of the Bay Area.
Mhm. But from middle school through high school, I was in Dublin. Like, solid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like just like I guess in middle school and like really growing up, did you have like a set group of friends because you were moving back and forth or not really?
Not really. Just made new ones when we would go wherever we were at.
Damn.
Yeah. So that was pretty much that. But yeah, Dublin was where I feel like home is at. You know what I'm saying? Like that feels like where I'm from.
What high school did you go to?
Dublin High.
Oh,
Yeah. No,
okay.
it's the only one there. Yeah.
Okay,
Dublin
for
High.
sure.
And then I went to Wells Middle School.
Was Dublin High like one of those schools that had like 5,000 kids in the school?
I want to say it was closer to like 1,500 or something.
Okay. I mean, that's
Maybe.
still a lot.
Yeah. No, it was a bigger high school. But yeah, I want to say it was like 1,500, 2,000. But it was fun though. I really did like it. Like as crazy as it was, just like being in high school, I wasn't like ever really good with, you know, my schoolwork and stuff. But I did have a good time just thinking back at it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Were you like playing sports or anything in high school?
I skated a lot. Me and my younger brother, we started skating in high school, and that was really fun. But no like team sports or nothing like that. So
Is it just because like you didn't really want to, or like you just physically weren't that guy?
maybe a little bit of both. I think like physically, I'm not really that guy. It would just be funny to see me out there like playing basketball or something. But yeah, no, I just was never really into it. Yeah, I like skating and dirt bike a little bit, and then I was like rollerblading at the skate park through like middle school, like just going like. Yeah, did you ever see this movie called Brink? Is it called Brink?
I've seen the
Disney
name, but
Channel?
I've never watched.
Yeah, it's like
yeah,
a
yeah.
Disney Channel original movie. Yeah, it was like pure like Brink, you know, like rollerblading, and so like I was having fun with that through like middle school up until high school.
See, like between like the dirt biking, the rollerblading, and the skateboarding, like you know, I didn't grow up with a lot of people who like did those things.
Okay, yeah. So you're on team sports?
Yeah, I mean, I was playing basketball when I was a kid. I was turfing when I was a kid, to be honest.
Oh, sick!
Yeah,
right on. Yeah.
Did you ever get into that?
Nah, not really. I couldn't figure it out. So you like bending your like doing all this stuff?
We had this crew called Swaggerite,
Yeah.
and like you know, we would compete against like the Turf Fiends and all them. Like
Oh,
you know, like
sick.
you know, periodically.
Yeah.
We wouldn't win, but we would compete at
Yeah.
the very least. And it's like to me, it was like that was like the essence of sport because it's like it's a Bay Area thing.
Yeah.
Nobody else is doing this shit, and it's fun.
Yeah,
It connected
absolutely.
all of us.
Turf Fiends. So they got the Smees now. Have you seen
Yeah,
that?
because of Chonky, yeah. I
Yeah,
saw you
yeah.
sneezing on like some of your videos.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that one's clean. Yeah, no, that's dope though. I didn't even know that.
I'm surprised that you didn't get into like turfing though.
Yeah, I might try to get into it a little bit.
We're
But
gonna
yeah,
see with like some fucking
yeah,
some
just
shit.
start bringing it
Can't hit
out.
the bone breaks though. That shit.
That looks nuts. Yeah,
I used to be able to do that shit when I was a kid, but actually I was just drunk the other
the
night,
bone
and
breaking stuff.
yeah, I was able to like hit one, and I was just like, God, I haven't done that shit in years, dog.
Yeah, you got to be careful, man. I'm just getting older. I'll be all like cautious of my bones and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're not doing like music, like what does a Myles Parrish do just on a regular basis?
Man, right now I've been going crazy over this game called Apex Legends that I've just been like losing my mind over.
I haven't played it yet though,
Yeah.
but isn't it kind of like Fortnite?
It's like battle royale.
Okay.
So it's like in the same as
Yeah.
Fortnite. But this one's a first person shooter, and so like I've been just just losing my mind on it. It's been so much fun. Yeah, I'm into that, and honestly, I don't really do a whole lot right now. I've just kind of been working on music,
Yeah.
and playing video games.
When did you move out to LA?
I think the first time we moved out here was in 2000. I want to say, like into 2013 or 14.
Oh wow, it's been a while.
14.
Yeah.
Like where we would start staying out here, but we were staying in spots like I think it was called Oakwood or something like that, where we would just stay there for like months at a time, and then because we were touring a lot during that time, then I think when we got our spot was in 2014, and then was it 14? 15, and then then I think 16 is when we stopped making music, and then so I've like for sure been here since 2015.
So when did you graduate?
2010.
And then within like that so it took you like basically 3-4 years to move out here, and you moved out here with Kalin at the time?
Kalin, yeah, and my brother and my other roommate now, the guy that you met at at the restaurant, yeah.
So what motivated you guys to do that big move from the Bay to LA?
I think it was more just because all our sessions that we were booking were out here, and so we were like always having sessions, and we were just like, let's get a little closer to it. That way we can just keep popping in where we need to, and that was pretty much what it was. And then over time, just got comfortable. I don't know why. Like I always thought I would just move back like after everything, but like I really just like being here.
Yeah.
I think after a while, like it got cozy. I think just having our spots and everything now, like it almost feels a little more homey here now than it does in the Bay. I know the Bay's always gonna be home, but like being here for so long now, like and having all of our little spots and stuff, like I'm pretty comfortable here now too, which I never thought that I would be. But
well, I mean, being in Los Angeles for 6 years as a grown adult, the experiences are much more different, and I feel like you get to experience a lot more within the 6 years than you did back when you were a kid. Because when you were a kid, you were just doing like the same shit every day for the most part.
Right.
And then now it's just like, well, there's this spot today, there's this spot tomorrow, and like life just moves on that much faster, especially when you're not at home.
Yeah, no, I feel that. And like it's weird. Like getting to be out here is such a blessing, man. Like I think about it all the time, just like every time like when I wake up or just getting into my truck, I just feel super thankful just to be able to still get to kind of wake up late sometimes and stay up late and kind of just be able to create my own schedule and just work on music and be creative. It's just like just super thankful.
So then, are you strictly making like? Do you have a 9 to 5, or are you just strictly making all your money off music?
Yeah, just making music right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying.
Good.
Is like it's a blessing, and everybody that's been rocking like before to now is just like they're just keeping it lit for what it is, and so I want to try to just keep it moving for as long as I can.
Yeah, for sure. Have you ever thought like past that, if anything, or do you not really like dabble into that?
You know, honestly, some things that I think about are like, I would love to. I'd have to go to school for it, but if I could score movies, I think it would be so
Wow.
much fun. Like, there's this guy's name's Alan Silvestri, and he did like some of the Pirates of the Caribbean, Back to the Future. He did this movie that I really like called Ready Player One, and like just like listening to it, it's so crazy. You know what I mean? The way that they create like an emotion with music, and I think like if I had the ability to do that, I would love to do that like just when I'm like older or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be really fun. But right now, I mean, for the most part, like I always just kind of like I just go with whatever's happening. Like, I'm going with the flow. You know, wherever this takes me, I'm gonna go there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for
So
sure.
yeah,
I mean, even going back to like the movie score shit, like I think people don't realize like how a movie score can really like affect an entire like movie or a series. Like for
yeah.
example, like watching Luke Cage on Netflix, right? Like I
Hmm.
think all of that was curated by a dude from Tribe Called Quest.
Okay, that's
Yeah, and
awesome.
then
Yeah.
it's it's just like this pure hip hop shit, and I'm like, it was actually, I think it was the first time I actually realized Jadena
Uh-huh.
was a really good rapper.
Oh, cool. Yeah. What's the main song? Um.
Well, his song is "Long Live the Chief,"
Okay. Um.
but his most popular song is with Kendrick Lamar,
Got it.
"Classic Man."
Oh. Yeah.
That guy,
Yeah. That's the one I'm thinking about.
yeah,
Classic
"Classic
Man.
Man."
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
and then you just see like this shift between like this very mainstream song versus this
Like hip
shit that's
hop.
just like nitty gritty hip hop.
Cool. Yeah. No, I didn't even know that. That's tight.
And like it's kind of crazy because I talk to a lot of artists and they don't necessarily say they want to get into like the music behind like the movies and shit because that's like a whole new realm of things to dabble into.
Yeah. It's just something I have been thinking about, like
Yeah.
probably over the past like few months. But like, yeah, this guy Alan Silvestri is clean. Um, but yeah, if I ever learned how to like, I gotta learn like music theory and like the whole thing. Just go through it. Maybe at some point, it'd be cool. But yeah, I feel like that would be fun.
It was crazy because I was listening to a lot of Kalin and Myles growing up. Like one of
Mhm.
my favorite songs was "Do My Step" because we would
Right
turf to
on.
that shit
Oh, for
all the
real?
fucking time, dog.
Wow, man, that's awesome. Thank you.
Dude, all the time. But I wanted to ask you like, what caused like the split up between you two? Cause y'all made some hits, dog.
Oh, thank you,
Y'all
man.
really made some hits.
I think that over time, just our relationship together just kind of drifted apart. I think when we first started out, we were super, super close, really good friends. And then just over time, I think we just started changing, just like personally. You know what I'm saying? I think in our personalities and everything, it was just started getting different. I think a person isn't the same, they were 4 years ago. They just been through some growth, right? And I think just a little bit of that. And so when the top of 2016, we were gonna go back in with our label and try to make some more music, and then it just didn't end up working out, and so we just parted ways with them. It was just kind of like a mutual split with the label, and then just thinking about what our next move was gonna be, we both just like I think initially didn't think it was gonna be together, and then so it was just like me and him just had a conversation about it, and we were on the same page, and we were just like, yeah, super thankful for all that we were able to do. Honestly, like took it looking back at it now, I took it way further than I ever thought it was gonna go. You know what I'm saying? So just to see some of these videos and things now, I'm just like, wow, just really blown away by, the ground we were able to cover. And yeah, that was pretty much just like where we left it at.
So it's like at that time you didn't even realize the extent of how powerful the songs you guys made were.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's just different looking at it now that it's gone. You know what I'm saying? That it's not there anymore. I mean, it's there, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a movement. Um, but yeah, man, it's insane. Like, I don't know. I think about everybody that was supporting, and like, they're just a huge part of that too, and just how far they were able to take it as well. And more than anything, just like the friendships that were made from it, because I talk to girls now still that are like, we met each other at a Kalin and Myles show. And
Damn.
like, that's kind of like, we saw each other there, and that's where we first started talking, that are even still friends now. And I think that that's just like, that's heavy. I think that like, that's probably my favorite part about music, is it just being able to bring people together. Because sometimes just being alone, somebody that's lonely, just having a friend, you know what I'm saying, is it can go a long ways. Just to have somebody to talk to, you know what I'm saying, that you just, connect on some music with, could help somebody out in a lot of ways. I think even more than they know. And so I think for me, I think that that's probably like what I'm the most proud of in Kalin and Myles. It's just the way that it was an opportunity for friendships to be made. You know what I'm saying? And like memories like that. And I think it's just so awesome.
Yeah, man. I'm not sure if it's the light, but I kind of see like a little bit of like tears coming out from your eyes and shit.
Nah, man, it's like,
No, but that's real, bro. That's real.
Yeah, it's just heavy. I think the more that I think about it now, just like looking back at through all the stuff after, it's just like, it's powerful.
Yeah.
Well,
I think because, I mean, it sounds like you guys ended on like mutual terms, like, like with respect to.
Yeah.
And I think, at least I can't speak for him, but you've come to realize that like it's way beyond just Myles Parrish and Kalin. Like, it's music, and it's able to actually like do something for people.
Yeah.
And like, like the same way that you feel about the Diligence or like, all the artists you grew up with. You are those artists that these girls are like living up with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And just being able to provide, a night, maybe it's a fun night, or, just like music that you could connect with in the same way that like, like how I was able to connect there. It's just, man, it'll hold some weight, and I think I'm just, thankful for music in that way for myself, and just to be able to provide that, for other people too. Like you said, it's beyond me. It's deeper than that. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What kind of growth were you experiencing? Like, looking back at your years prior to Kalin and Myles, and then like up until now, like between like that split that you guys had, like what did you notice about you, like looking back, that was changing about you?
Mm-hmm. One of the main things is like, I think having been just like the producer and just kind of taking the reins on like a lot of the stuff with the music that me and Kalin made, I like to have control over it. Like, it's hard for me sometimes to let another idea come in, because like I feel like this is something that I started, like I'm the one that's producing it and, writing this stuff. Like, it's my thing. Like, I don't want somebody to mess with what I have. Like, I see it working. Like, I want to keep a hold on it. And so being open to new ideas was one thing I feel like I struggle with a little bit. And that's kind of like one of the main things I feel like I've noticed from then to now is like, it's not that big of a deal, right? It's okay.
Yeah.
Like, if he has some ideas or, ideas from for songs, like, let's explore them. Like, let's work it out. And that's something that I feel like it just changed with me now, and just like even recording music and collaborating now. Like, something honestly, like sometimes I'll record a hook that maybe like somebody else wrote, and like I won't really feel it right away, but let's just try it. That's something that they really like a lot. Like, let's try it, and then I'll end up really liking it. You know what I'm saying? And at first it was just like, it's not my idea, like whatever, like I'm only going to try to do my stuff, whatever. But like just the collaboration, like I feel like I've been getting into that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just being open. Yeah.
Well, shit, like when I seen you at the restaurant, I ended up playing like old girl song too. And you're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's not my song, but that's her song.
Yeah, no, that was hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so Cameron's been kind of working with JC a little bit too.
Yeah.
And so like he was juiced to hear it. And so I was like, honestly, You know, it's funny you said "Do My Steps" your favorite song. I thought I just knew because you were like, oh, wait, hold on. I got
You thought I was
something
gonna play it?
I was like, watch. It's either gonna be trampoline or it's gonna be "Do My Steps." He's gonna drop it right now. I was gonna hear it, dun 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 dun. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
no, it was cool though. That was unexpected, which was tight.
Oh yeah, man. Well, because like I was over here thinking like, well, I knew they broke up. I'm just not sure why, so I'm not gonna play "Do My Step."
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, man, no, I'm not afraid of it at all. But yeah,
Yeah.
I appreciated that. That was
But
cool.
you know what's cool too is just the fact that like looking back at it, you understand the type of artist that you were like 4 years ago compared to the person you are now.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you're collaborating with more people and are a lot more like open minded with it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that like a lot of artists really need to learn, or just people in general. Like the more open minded you are, the more you can actually create.
Yeah, and I think that maybe even in some cases, the less stress you might have, and just like
Yeah.
trying to like completely take control of everything. You know what I'm saying? Like it's okay to let go. And I think that could help out in other ways too. Not even just creatively or music and stuff, but just leaning back a little bit. It's
Like
sometimes
actually
good.
relaxing and feeling like, yeah, the world isn't like after me right now.
Yeah, and just leaning back. So yeah, I think that's important.
For sure, for sure. Do you still chop it up with Kalin sometimes, or?
Unfortunately, not. No.
Okay.
I think it's just gonna take some time. But man, I'm ready to squash it whenever.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
For sure.
unfortunately, at the moment, no.
All good.
Yeah.
Seeing as how like looking back at like your old songs minus "Do My Step," like a lot of it's very like poppy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now with you being like way more Bay Area, do you feel like it was the right move to be solo?
The only thing I could say is like for me, it didn't like. It just felt like it was just something that was supposed to happen.
Okay.
Right. Like it was just a part of our stories. Right. And the main thing for me though is just how I'm creative. I think it's great that he can make music now exactly the way that he wants to make music, and then I can as well, taking into account the open mind,
Yeah.
a little bit more now. But like just getting to be our own artist is really tight. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a brand, there's a whole packaging that I think that me and Kalin met each other in the middle on with that. And we both added our, personalities, flavors to it. But it's like when you're your own artist, the whole everything that it looks like is got to completely be you. And so I think that like it looks like he, is able to do exactly how he wants to do that now. And then just the same over here on my side too. And so I think that part is cool.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, it's amazing, like, cause your shit went just like stupid Bay Area, dog.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I love it.
And maybe that was harder to do in Kalin and Myles because like I'm always thinking about him and how to fit him on the song, and where he's a singer, you know what I'm saying? And like some of these songs are just all rap, now, and I'm trying to think like how that could have worked out, but maybe it could have even been like. You know how there's like groups now, like SOBRBE,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, where it's like they're all together, but like they're also doing their own projects. Like maybe it could have been some stuff like that, but I mean,
it is
what it is.
Yeah,
yeah,
you
sure.
just gotta like move on from that. For
Absolutely,
real.
yeah.
Man, I just really love the bass shit. Let's talk
Thank
about
you.
Back, man.
Yeah. So this is a song that I made. I want to say maybe November of last year.
Not too long.
Yeah. And I'm hearing all these this tempo come back a little bit, right? And like through the trap, like Lil Pump kind of tempo. Like that stuff is really fun, future stuff. But now you're starting to hear the tempo come back a little bit, and I'm like, oh, this is tight. And so I was messing around on Splice, and I found this vocal sample.
You got your shit off Splice?
Yeah.
There's shit.
So
crazy.
that main vocal sound is from Splice, and there's this girl singing, and I pitched it down, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is hard. And so then I just put my drums under it, and then yeah, that's just kind of like how it came about. But I had this hook in my head for a minute, probably about a year, before. Like, it was just something I was thinking about. And then, yeah, just tried it on that beat, and it felt cool. It felt too plain to me at first. Then I started liking it. And then, yeah, just put it together. And that was just going to be, like, something that I want to start the top of the year with. And I put a little snippet out on Twitter, and people was responding to the clip.
Bro, I remember seeing like one retweet and it was like, I think it said something like, "This song been hard since the snippet went out." And I was like, oh shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I never had a response like that, and so that was just exciting to see, and just kind of brought some new opportunities my way with some new management people that are wanted to help out what's going on, and they just like really really believed in the song. For me, it was just like another one that I was just gonna put out. And they're like, no, let's take a step back and like let's really think about this and what we could do, because it sounds like something cool. And so I was like, yeah, like if you guys really believe in it like that, like let's talk. And super thankful for that. And just released it a couple almost
Dude,
2 weeks ago now.
2 weeks, yeah,
2
not
weeks
that
now.
long.
And just like so far, everything has been really great with it. And I'm just excited to keep pushing it and just to see where it goes from here. But in the meantime, too, I'm working on a lot of other stuff as well.
Yeah, what do you got?
Just songs right now, just stacking songs. Me and my homie Kalin have been working on a lot of music together, and so just getting to collaborate with him has been really fun. I think he's just bringing out like more melody in me, and just some different topics as well too. And so just trying to push myself.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think listening to Family Over Everything, I think just looking off the track list, it just really, one song that really stuck out to me was Hallelujah.
Yeah.
And so, like, did you grow up in like a religious household, I guess?
Yeah. So I was raised Christian.
Okay.
And so we were always in church, and yeah, like all my Texas family as well. Everybody's Christian as well, and that's always been something that's been a part of my life. And even till now, you know what I'm saying? Like it's everything for me, and just Jesus is where I find my peace at. And I'm just trying to like, I want to be more like Him. You know what I'm saying? I pull in and out of it, here and there, but it's like He's always got me, and that's always been a part of my life. Yeah.
It's very rare that I find somebody like you, like somebody who is like really into that. I mean, I wear this every day.
Yeah.
And for my reasons, and because like I have a relationship with Jesus and all that. But I think especially being in hip hop, like I can't help but think there's this stigma that like I guess it's not really cool to be like Christian or like Catholic or a believer of something of that power.
Yeah, no, I feel that too, and I think a lot of it has to do with you have to be on your best behavior, right? And maybe a lot of like the lifestyle that comes with hip hop wouldn't be very Christian like, right? And so that's something that I feel like I'm trying to figure out for myself as well too, where it's just like, I'm into some other things that like might not be very Christian like, or maybe some of my songs like you couldn't play in a church. you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think like at the core of it, it's about a relationship. It's about a relationship with Jesus, right? And it's everybody has their own walks and everybody's different. The main thing that we can't do, I feel like, is to judge somebody else's walk, right? Everybody's got their own thing. You know what I'm saying? Let people walk where they're gonna walk. You know what I'm saying? And let them have their own relationship. Let them do their thing. Everybody's trying. Everybody has something going on, right? And it's like, for me, I'm keeping close. I stay close. Sometimes I get distance, but I keep him close with me, and he's in this with me. We're in this together, and I'm trying to figure it out as well. Where it's like, I'm gonna gig and I'm gonna go dumb and I'm gonna be, involved in some activities.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like it's my everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think at the end of the day, like, I mean, the way I believe in things in regards to Jesus is that like we're all supposed to be connected and love one another, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like with the music that you make, especially since you don't curse a lot, especially since you aren't doing like, I think you like maximize crazy until it goes like overboard.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, the fact that you can connect people all together by bringing all this good energy is really the essence of what the belief is, at least from my perspective.
Yeah. No, and I completely agree with that. And I would love to just and I ask him all the time, use me, Lord. Let your light shine through me, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I want through all of this, just talking about music and going back to connecting people. Just continue to use me in that way. However you want me to be, just continue to let your light shine through me. And I think that like that's something that I want to continue just to be, just whatever he wants me to. And so, yeah, it's weird though, because just know that people are gonna get off track sometimes, maybe from when they feel like they should.
Of course.
But it's like it's between me and God. It's between them and God, right? And that's not for me to judge, right? Let everybody do their thing.
Yeah.
And
at the end of the day too, dude, like nobody's perfect.
No,
seriously, like
not.
Nobody can go through their entire life and just be like, I've been this devoted or I've been like this type of person my entire life. It's like, no, you probably slipped up once or twice, and it's okay.
For sure. Yeah. And I think that's important for people to know too, is just like regardless of their past or anything that they've done, you know what I'm saying? Like Jesus does love you and he always will. And I think that some people feel like if they walked into church, like the building will fall down or something, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's not even like that, It's not even like that, not even close. And so it's like, I think that, I want his light to shine through me in my music. And at a certain point, I would love to dive more into hallelujahs, and when the time is right for it.
Yeah.
And but yeah, there's another song called "Stand for You" as well. But yeah, like I said, it's always been a part of my life, and just figuring out how to fit it into my music as well too. I would love to do that.
I feel like you're one of the few people who I've spoken to that actually like recognizes what their purpose is.
Okay.
Because it just seems like you know what you're doing and like you're moving through him, and whether people accept it or not, it's just like, yo, this is what I'm supposed to do and this is the energy that I'm feeding to everybody.
Yeah. And what's funny, you say it sounds like I know what I'm doing or what I'm supposed to do. The crazy thing is, for me, the majority of the time I don't know, right? Like since graduating high school, I never really knew it was gonna be something to this point. I say, God, go before me, I'll follow you. Wherever you want me to go, I'll be there, right? And so it's like he shows me the path, I'm following. I'm gonna walk it, right? And that's like I don't know where it's gonna go next. The only thing for me, man, is like I'm looking for peace. Wherever that peace is at, I'm gonna go there, right? Wherever you want me to be at, I'm gonna be there. I could do like if for some reason the path changes for me and I go back to the Bay, or it's like not even in music anymore, it's like that's where I want to be at. Just wherever he calls me to be, I'm following. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that where he's at is where the peace is. And I think like ultimately, like if you don't have peace, it's hard. It's a tough journey. You know what I'm saying? And I think that like that's what it's always kind of been about. For me, is that and just his love.
Does it ever scare you knowing that you're constantly walking into the unknown?
I think it used to a lot, and it just kind of goes back to me trying to have control over things. And I found that when I let go of not knowing and not trying to put together the pieces of my life or like make it happen, I find that letting go opens up where I'm supposed to be at for me. You know what I'm saying? And so it's somewhere on that, not trying so hard. Even the best things like creatively come when you're not trying so hard to make it a hit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of things come the best creatively when it just flows out of you. You don't have to try, right? And I think that is the same way just in my life is where I gotta let go. It's like it's written for me. He's the author. He's got me. So as much as I get thrown some curveballs sometimes, I know that and understand that it's a part of where I'm supposed to be at and a part of the season. And it's just like, okay, this is happening right now. It's not fun. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it, but I know it's supposed to be here. And you just hold on and just keep pushing through. You know what I'm saying? It's about letting go, which is as scary as that can be. I think that's everything. Because, like, I don't know what's going to happen over the next 5 years, or with music or anything, really. But I also don't want to worry about it.
Damn.
You know what I mean? And so,
man.
Yeah. As I say, I'll give you my life. You got it written for me. Just show me where you want me to be at. I'll meet you there. And that's where I put it at. And just lean on him. So,
man, I hope somebody like chops up this audio, puts it on like, I'm assuming you've been to like a Christian church.
Okay.
And, puts it on like the big screen for like everybody to watch.
Okay.
'Cause I'm over here just like, I haven't been to church in so long, dude. But like, it's conversations like this that always remind me that like I'm always on the right path.
Mm-hmm.
And the crazy thing about my life is that like whenever I feel like something is always going wrong or not necessarily my way, I always end up having a conversation about God, about Jesus, and it kind of just validates like even though you feel like you're not going in the right way, you actually are going in the right way.
Yeah. They're telling it like this in church the other day where it's like there's a woman that goes to sit down at a restaurant and there's people that show up at the restaurant after her and she orders, they order after her, and everybody's getting their food before her, right? They're coming out a little quicker than hers. And it's just like, what's the deal? It's like, where's my food at? Where's my food? And sometimes your order is special, right? And it just takes a minute to cook it. It's different. It's different than just the quick burger that could come out. You got something special on the way that just takes a little bit more time. So don't worry about anybody else getting their food before you. They got their own thing, right? And so you got a special order coming. It's just going to take a little bit. So just trust that it's on the way because you don't want them to make it fast for you because it's going to fall apart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't want it too soon. And so it's just like, let him do his thing. Let him take his time. Hold on. Lean on to him. Say, okay. You got me. Cool.
Is that a Bible passage or you make that up?
No, they were talking about that in church. Somebody made that analogy in church the other day,
Oh my God.
And I was like, I like that.
That's real. I'm finna use that for a lot of shit now.
Absolutely, yeah. That's good.
Man, off camera, I had to say, I gotta give Myles a hug after this.
Absolutely.
Yo, seriously, because, man, I don't know, man. That analogy, like, really got to me, dog.
Yeah.
It really
did. And so you just hold on, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's the thing is, like, once I realize for myself, I'm never going to know what's next, right? All I can do, literally the last thing that I want to do is worry about it, right? And so all for me that I can do now is just give it all to God, right? And let him show me where it's at. And that's it.
Amazing, man. Amazing. On a lighter note, is that where you got Parrish from, or is that your actual last name?
No, that's my last name, yeah.
Damn, man.
That's funny. Yeah. That's funny. No, Parrish is my last name, and so yeah, shout out to all the Parrishes. I've been seeing I gotta pop in on my grandpa. Hopefully soon. He stays in Oklahoma, and yeah, that's what it is. But all the Parrishes are in the same way.
Yeah, man. All loving, all caring, all just for like the betterment of mankind.
Mm-hmm.
So Myles, man, we had this like whole talk. So you're just gonna be releasing singles like throughout the rest of the year and just see what happens from there.
I think I'm playing. I'm playing shows this year too. And we're just now about to start. Seeing where we could go.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely getting back out on the road again, playing shows and dropping singles. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the name of the game just for a minute. And yeah, we got some exciting stuff on the way. I was thinking about it too. For some reason, some of the new stuff that I've been making reminds me of Kalin and Myles stuff, right? It's interesting.
Wow.
Not saying that it sounds like younger or like poppier, but for some reason, like some of these songs just I don't know if it's just the vibe of it or the way it's like the production of it, but it just gives me a vibe that like what I felt. Excuse me. in Kalin and Myles days.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm excited for it to come out. Like we're making some stuff that I really, really like a lot. And yeah, I'm excited for everybody to hear it.
Any like topics that you're gonna be touching on?
Just like honestly stuff that I've just been experiencing lately because I have definitely just been going out a little bit more than I normally do, and just experiencing some different things and a little bit of heartbreak stuff, things like that. But then just more like fun stuff too. I'm in the function, so.
Hey man, bring that energy, blast it all around the United States. That's all I'm saying, man.
Yes, sir.
Myles Parrish. This was man. I don't think I've felt this way after a podcast where I feel like I just want to like hug somebody.
Yeah,
it's really insane, dog. Like, I think with the way that you're moving and how you carry yourself, I think your mission at the end of the day to like bring joy to everyone and connect with people and doing it all through Christ, like that's an amazing story that like it's very rare to hear. And I want everybody to like recognize like it's not like a normal thing, and it's something that's very transcendent, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate you, man. That means a lot, and man, thank you for having me over here and just want to sit down. You know what I'm saying? Just begin to be creative like this, and everything that you have going on is awesome, and just being how very Bay Area you are, I really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Coming through, I might have to pull up on you tonight, at the restaurant as well.
Sure.
But I really appreciated that, just from the jump. So, it means a lot.
Hey man, it's all love. Myles, tell everybody where they could find your shit at.
All my stuff is Myles Parrish, Myles Parrish, just all one word. Twitter, Instagram. I got a YouTube channel. I got a vlog channel. It's called YBM Vlogs. And,
ooh,
yeah,
you can check that out.
Yeah, I just be posting like vlogs on there from time to time, and so yeah, I'm around. Hit me up.
Yay! This is the lunch table, food for thought. I'm Nico Blitz, Myles Parrish.
Appreciate you. Let's get it.
Yay!